support group. Sometimes it's hard to get here, but it means a lot to get here and see the faces that people that go through the same challenges or something different than we are, and we're still here. Lupus has no face, it has no color, it has no sign that someone else can see. It's something within you, but you have to be strong within yourself to deal with it.
Okay.
And like she said, I don't know everybody, but I know mostly everybody, and it makes me feel good when I can get here, because it's hard because I live far away. Okay. And I just thank God they open the doors and they welcome me.
Not as bad as you think it is, because you know in the beginning you'd be like, oh my God, I got lupus, what am I do, what am I do? But to me, right about now, I'm dealing with it, even though I had the flu. I was on the couch for a week. But I lost some weight. I know y'all can see that, but y'all probably don't see that. But it's to me, it's made me stronger, because you have to, like I learned from Lena Morgan, you gotta go through something to get somewhere. So we've been going through so much so long that it's just an ordinary day to us. And we just thank God that we're here, and we can share our experience with each other and call each other and get on each other's nerves. And we love each other, and that's all. If you care about your stranger next to you, you get through anything.
This is an autoimmune disease. Basically what happens is that your body is producing too many antibodies and it starts attacking itself. There's 1.5 million people in the United States who have lupus. We really don't know what is the cause of lupus, but we know that it actually affects a lot of Latina, like you said before, a lot of Latina, African American women, and women of colors. So between the age of 14 to 55.
Okay, so why do you think it affects Latina women and African American women and Native American? What do you think is the underlying factor?
We really don't know, but basically we think it's genetic, but something in the environment might trigger. But we really don't know exactly what is the cause of lupus. And actually there's 3 types of lupus. There's the systemic, the discoid lupus, and the drug-induced lupus. But basically our organization focuses more on the systemic because it's the one that's affecting the inside and it's affecting the organs.
Okay, so what are some of the symptoms of lupus?
Some of the symptoms of lupus is hair loss, fatigue, a lot of joint pains, a lot of swollenness, depressions. Actually, we also have the Raynaud phenomenon, is when your fingertips turns blue. Another one is chest pain, when you breathe in deeply and it actually hurts. Sensitivity to the sun, protein in the urine. So these are some of the symptoms. So usually what I tell the people when I do outreach and when I go out to the community and talk to them is just like, if you have 4 other symptoms, there's a possibility that you might have lupus. But if you have 1 or 2, don't think that you have lupus. But one thing is that this is a disease that's so hard to diagnose because it mimics other diseases. So there is no one test to determine if you have lupus. It's not like if you go for an HIV, it's positive or negative. Actually, what the doctor do, they'll do an ANA test, and if the test come out positive, it doesn't mean that you have lupus, but the primary care provider needs to refer you to a rheumatologist to determine, to see what other tests is. It might take more than a year to diagnose you, and it might take even more. Lena could tell you how long it took her for her to get diagnosed with lupus.
Okay, so, well, Lena, I want you to tell us, when did you first find out about lupus, that you had lupus, and how old were you when you first found out?
I was diagnosed with lupus in 2004. Didn't know anything about lupus. I had these symptoms, very fatigued, shortness of breath, nauseated, not too much joint pain, but it was something that was reoccurring and I didn't know why. So I went to the doctor. They didn't know what was going on. I got very sick, like ill, like dying. Went to the emergency. They said, what's wrong with her? Like, she's lifeless. Like, we taking all these tests. We don't know what's going on with her. I was comatose. They had to intubate me, put me to sleep. My heart rate flew up. They told my family to say their goodbyes to me. It just was crazy. Lupus is so silent that you don't even know. Lupus has no name on it at all.
So what did the doctors do to treat you? Like, how did you get from
all
one...
they had to do, they just tried to sedate me and keep me calm because they didn't know what was going on with me. Until they couldn't give me any kind of medication because they didn't know what was going on with me.
And that's the thing that a lot of doctors, especially primary care providers, they really don't know that much about the disease. So basically, if they try to treat the disease themselves, it's going to be a little bit more complicated. So that's why we recommend to see a rheumatologist, because they're the specialists. And that's one of the things that we do. We educate the doctors as well, because sometimes when they're in the medical school, they only it's like only 15 minutes that they talk about lupus. If they miss that, that's it. So, and basically our part of the foundation, what we do is we go out and we educate doctors, giving them CME credits for them to learn about lupus and how to treat people with lupus.
Okay, is there any like doctors that your program refers your patients to? Is there any?
Well, actually, I refer to the 5 boroughs. I'm located in the Bronx. Our office is located in 1070 Southern Boulevard. And one of my jobs is to refer people who have lupus to seek a rheumatologist. And there's 3 hospitals here in the Bronx that have lupus clinic: Jacoby, Bronx, Lebanon, and Montefiore. So basically, we try to refer them to a lupus clinic, but depending on the insurance that they have, so I refer them to basically which doctors take their insurance. But we would like to actually refer them to the lupus clinic.
But a lot of the doctors take it very lightly. Like, if you don't know how serious lupus is, they don't know, because they don't have lupus. So they don't know what kind of pain you're going through, what you're going through. They still experimenting. They just came out with a new medication just for lupus after 50 years. They don't know what's going on.
Speaking of medication, I just found out that a new medication has been released by the Drug Foundation.
Actually, yes, the new medication is called Benlysta. They're still doing some. It's been like for so many years. So finally, the FDA approved this medication from Benlysta. Yeah. And it's a great success for the lupus, for those suffering with lupus. So, but they're still doing some clinical studies, because not everybody could take this medication. So they're doing some study. So it actually started coming out on May. So, and it's recently new. So they're doing some studies. So before actually they start giving it to more people.
Okay. So what do you think about the drug? Do you think it's a positive? Do you think it's going to help?
I think it's very positive. I mean, because come on, there's no medication out there for lupus at all. So basically, the medication that people are taking, prednisone, Plaquenil, are used to treat other medication. So Benlysta is specifically for lupus patients only. It's a great success.
Thank you. Well, I just want to know, how does the drugs that you're taking right now, how does it affect you? Like, what are you going through?
Well, actually, the first 4 years of me being diagnosed with lupus was my worst years. I would be in the hospital for a month, be home for a month. Lupus shut down my kidneys, my liver. I had a pump connected to my heart. I had to walk around with this pump with medicine. I had to learn how to walk again twice. Okay? I had to learn how to speak again. I had to be intubated for a month. So lupus did me very, very dirty. Okay? I have praying warriors in my family. And this man up here, he's an awesome one, okay? And if you don't believe in him, you will not get through it. So I thank God that my lupus is in remission, and it has been in remission, and I would like for it to stay in remission. So basically, the medications that I take is vitamins to keep my immune system going. No medication for lupus.
No
None
medication.
whatsoever.
Is there any natural drugs that are out right now that that you recommend? I mean, because she just said that's what's really helping her, not these medications. So,
Well, actually, we don't tell. I mean, there's clients of ours who take natural medication, but what we actually tell them is that for them to consult with the doctors. Okay, for them to consult with the doctor to see, because sometimes with the medication, if they're taking some medication, it might be a conflicting with any herbal medication that they're taking. So they need to actually speak to the doctor. But as for me personally, I do not recommend my clients to take no herbal medication. Okay, but they need to speak to the doctor if they are taking it, because it could conflict with the treatment. So.
Okay. I know you're going through so much. Do you think this program is really helping you cope with everything? Because it seems like a wonderful support system that is being created.
And it's awesome. You know, I met Yasmin at the clinic, Montefiore Clinic, and I was very hesitant about going. But one day I was like, let me go. And the women there just embraced you. You know, we all going through the same thing. And everybody's story is different. Your pain ain't my pain. Her pain is not my pain. Everything is totally different. And we just get together and we talk about other things and do other things and see what we can make better and how we can help each other. And that is such a good thing, because people are so depressed and stressed out over this disease. They're gaining weight. They're losing weight. You know, their hair falling out. My skin was darker than my suit. I had discoid lupus and LSE affecting all my organs. Okay? So I'm a mentor now, a lupus mentor. And I help all the young people that's newly diagnosed with lupus. And I talk to them and pray with them whatever they need. If I can be any help to them, I will. Because you need that comfort zone, someone that's going through the same thing you're going through.